WWE takes in-ring action to new heights with a number of extraordinary special effects. One of the most impressive is when two or more superstars break the ring, a spectacular effect that can make for lifelong memories with fans. Believe it or not, it's happened quite often in the WWE, as you'll see as we show you 11 times WWE superstars broke the ring. Number 1. The Big Show and Brock Lesnar. The Big Show vs Brock Lesnar match on the 12th June 2003 SmackDown stunned the world when Brock Lesnar superplexed the Big Show, causing the ring to collapse. Fans watching the event could not believe what they had seen, and for years, Big Show claimed the incident was real and not a work. However, Big Show came clean during a 2015 episode of Talk is Jericho, explaining that he kayfabed people for years. And this is the first time out of all the interviews I've ever done, I've admitted the truth that that was a rigged angle. On hundreds of interviews, I have lied right through my teeth and said it's a shoot. But if you get a chance to suspend people's reality for just an instant, for a second, it's good for them. According to the big guy himself, WWE stunt coordinator Ellis Edwards masterminded the collapse, but it was a difficult stunt to pull off. We did a spot right before we broke the ring where we're both down and they shoot a real close-up of both of us selling. Well, in that time, Ellis had airbags under the ring, so they had lifted the ring a couple of inches. So now when I'm standing on that top corner, that ring is like standing on marbles, because it's moving. Of course, now I've got my fat ass up in the air, 500 pounds on a not very stable surface, so then the ring broke. I just remember when it happened because you don't know how the stunt is going to look. But man, it was so perfectly timed, the way we did it, and Ellis did a great job of setting it up. That thing collapsed and everybody bought it. Number 2. The Big Show and Mark Henry, Vengeance 2011. The Big Show has become the patron saint of broken rings, and given his girth, it's easy to believe he can break a ring under the right circumstances. At 2011's WWE Vengeance show, the Big Show was battling with the world's strongest man Mark Henry when Henry superplexed the Big Show, an amazing feat of strength in itself. Color commentator Booker T prophetically hoped the ring was reinforced, no doubt aware of what had happened the last time Big Show had been superplexed by another super heavyweight. History repeated itself as the ring collapsed, stunning both behemoths and ending the match in a no contest. Number 3. Kane chokeslams The Undertaker through the ring. The Brothers of Destruction have an ongoing love-hate relationship, much like real-life brothers. In 2000, Kane and The Undertaker were back together, having teamed with The Rock at King of the Ring to defeat the team of Shane McMahon, Vince McMahon and Triple H. However, on the 14th August 2000 edition of Raw, the Big Red Machine went back to his wicked ways when he ran in for the save during The Undertaker's match against Chris Benoit, driving off Shane McMahon only to go after Taker, chokeslamming him through the ring. In true wrestling fashion, Kane added insult to injury, driving off on his brother's motorcycle. The big bump through the ring would help set the Brothers of Destruction match at SummerSlam. Number 4. The Nexus. If you're going to invade a promotion, you should go for broke, and that's what happened when the rookies from NXT invaded the WWE during the 7th June 2010 episode of Raw, breaking everything in sight including WWE superstars and the ring itself. John Cena was battling CM Punk when the 8 NXT rookies laid out Punk and his henchman Luke Gallows before circling the ring, taking out everyone in their sight, ranging from John Cena, the referee, play-by-play announcers, and even the ringside announcer. The young upstarts took things further as they destroyed the wrestling ring, tearing down the ropes and ripping off the mat apron, exposing the wood underneath. The rookies' rampage sent an instant message to the entire WWE that no one was safe from the upstart faction's wrath. Number 5. The Undertaker and Edge, SummerSlam 2008. The Rated R superstar learned a painful lesson at 2008 SummerSlam when he crossed paths with The Undertaker. For months, the ultimate opportunist had used the many tricks in his book to rob The Undertaker of victories, including one for the World Heavyweight Championship that forced The Undertaker out of the WWE. Needless to say, when Taker was reinstated, he was looking for more than just a win over Edge at SummerSlam. After defeating Edge in a convincing fashion, The Undertaker showed Edge his mean streak when he chokeslammed him off a ladder and through the ring. If that wasn't bad enough, the dead man threw a SummerSlam barbecue as the fires of hell shot out of a hole in the ring, resulting in Edge being written off television until months later at the Survivor Series. Number 6. Triple H and Cactus Jack, No Way Out 2000. Mick Foley's ferocious feud with Hunter Hearst Helmsley saw the two men battle for the WWF Championship many times, including a brutal street fight at 2000's Royal Rumble. Mick Foley put his career on the line the next match when he challenged Triple H to a career versus title match in a Hell in a Cell match at No Way Out. The brutal bout saw Cactus Jack go to piledrive the WWF champion atop the cage, only for Helmsley to counter with a backbody drop, sending Foley through the cage and through the mat apron. Helmsley won the match, retiring Foley in one of the most action-packed Hell in a Cell matches ever. Number 7. Kurt Angle vs Mark Henry, Royal Rumble 2006. This clash of champions marked the first time two Olympians competed for the World Heavyweight Championship. The world's strongest man gave an Olympic effort, but Angle prevailed, retaining his World Heavyweight Championship in a hard-fought match. However, Angle's celebration turned to horror when a black chariot carried The Undertaker out towards the ring. Accompanied by his mysterious druids, The Undertaker began shooting lightning bolts into the sky, ultimately bringing a barrage of lightning down on the ring, causing it to collapse and likely coming close to giving Kurt Angle a heart attack. This display was a perfect example of how the WWE's use of special effects can spice up its programs. Number 8. Braun Strowman and Kane. On the 13th November 2017, Braun Strowman had plenty of reasons to want to destroy Kane during their bout on Raw. After all, Kane had turned on Strowman at October's TLC pay-per-view, beating up his tag team partner and throwing him in the back of a garbage truck. Kane, however, learned a painful lesson when he faced Strowman on Raw, especially when the big man grabbed the big red machine and hit a running power slam on him, putting Kane through the mat apron. It was an amazing display of power by Strowman, and another example of how the WWE was pushing him as possessing superhuman strength. Number 9. Tazz and Bam Bam Bigelow, ECW Living Dangerously 1998. Yes, this didn't happen in the WWE, but it was such a pivotal moment in wrestling history, it bears mentioning. And besides, technically both men were WWE superstars at some point in their career. Here, Tazz seemed to have his World Television Championship defense won against the big man Bam Bam Bigelow, having locked the Beast from the East in a Tazz mission. Unfortunately for Tazz, he hadn't counted on a desperate Bigelow dropping Tazz on his back, sending both of them through the ring. Bigelow covered Tazz, winning the belt and making wrestling history at ECW's Living Dangerously pay-per-view. Years later, Tazz discussed the legendary spot involving the late great Bam Bam Bigelow, comparing it to the Kane vs Braun Strowman spot. There was a lot of differences in what they did on Raw, compared to what we did. The main difference was what we did in Asbury Park was a lot better. There's a lot of reasons why it was better. The main reason why I was better with what they did, because what we did was cool, but what they did on Raw was a stunt. And what Bam Bam and I did with Paul's mindset on this whole thing, we didn't do a stunt, guys. What we did was the ending of a long story between Bam Bam and I, where I was the TV champion and Paul wanted to get that belt off me and get it on Bam Bam. It just fit for the story. He said, I know how we're going to get the belt off you. We gotta have you get killed. We gotta have in a storyline that you were just destroyed. And then he came up with the ring breaking. That was Paul. I think a couple of things why it didn't really get over, like the way they thought it was gonna get over. I think for a lot of younger fans and newer fans, they thought it was awesome. I think younger fans have never heard of me or Bam Bam. They didn't even know what we did. So to them, this may be the first time they saw it. So casual fans that just became wrestling fans, that might have been a cool thing for them. Number 10. Braun Strowman and the Big Show. 2017 proved to be a year of amazing feats of strength for Strowman as he tipped over an ambulance, drove a superstar through a cage, and the feat we're about to discuss. The WWE filmed their own remake of the classic monster film The War of the Gargantuas when Braun Strowman locked up with the Big Show on the 17th April 2017 edition of Raw. The two titans tussled, with no man gaining the advantage. That is until the Big Show went to the top rope and Braun Strowman caught him, superplexing him onto the ring. The ring steps went flying, as did the referee, making for one of the most spectacular ring breaks. Just to show Strowman's power, the monster among men got to his feet while the Big Show laid senseless. And number 11, the Big Show and the Undertaker. While it may seem as if the Big Show takes a lot of ring implosion bumps, he delivered one early on in his WWF career when he encountered the Undertaker. The Big Show caught Taker coming off the second rope and delivered a powerful chokeslam that sent the Phenom through the ring. Jim Ross added to the excitement, calling it the damnedest chokeslam I've ever seen. Well guys, there you have it. 11 times WWE superstars broke the ring. Be sure to leave your comments down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.